Now, some of you know this story because I've talked a lot about both my grandmas, but my paternal grandma is from Holland, and I knew my great-grandparents. They were from Holland, and they owned a bakery in Holland during the Depression. They immigrated to the United States legally, and they opened up a bakery called the Sunshine Bakery on Main Street in Boonton, New Jersey. They came here with nothing, and they started businesses because that was the only way that they were gonna put food on the table. When he opened the bakery, they were rationing food, and he did not want his customers to know that he was using canned cherries in his pies. So he bought canned cherries and one small bag of fresh cherries, and he took the pits out of the cherries and put them in all of his canned cherry pies so that when customers bit into them and hit a real pit, they would think that he was using fresh fruit. I mean, he was a manipulative son of a bitch, but it worked. And so when I opened up my bakery, I had a hand pie named the One Pit Pie in his honor. Funny guy, but he was really an asshole. I mean, he was mean. He was mean. I'm mean. I guess it's genetic. So I am very, very legitimately Dutch. Not like I took some bullshit 23andMe genetic test and found out I'm 185th Native American and I went out and bought a totem pole for a decoration. Like, we are very Dutch. It's where I get these rockin' cheekbones from. So I came up to Holland, Michigan with a legitimate from Holland windmill and all these damn tulips. Let's go check out Holland, Michigan, because this may really be as close as I get to the motherland. What's your name again?
Mijn naam is Piet.
Say it.
Ik ben van Nederland.
And where are you from?
Gouda. That's a city named after the cheese. Gouda cheese, Gouda kaas.
Y'all getting that?
And I'm happy to meet Casey and talk to her.
How did you get to America? There it is.
Ik ben getrouwd met een Amerikaanse.
What do you miss the most about Holland?
Politics. It's crazy over here. But the restaurants are okay here. Yeah.
So our politics are horrible, but the restaurants are. The food
So
is
I never talk politics.
Okay. In the late 1800s, a group of just 60 badasses from Holland made a 47-day voyage to find a better life in the U.S. Early winter cut the journey short, and instead of Wisconsin, they bought tracts of land here in Michigan. Today, very few Dutch speakers are left, but the windmill has persevered. It's the only authentic working Dutch windmill in the US and had to be deconstructed in Holland and then reconstructed in our Holland. So like so many other tours, the second you get inside, they're like, now video. Why? Why can't I shoot video? And Miss Wooden Shoes in there, she said, well, we don't want these sorts of things to end up on YouTube. And then, people won't come to see the tour because the whole thing will be on YouTube. And I was like, oh my God, someone would put this on YouTube? Some people. I was thinking as I was driving up here, like, you never hear about the Dutch or the Netherlands getting involved in any kind of controversy or war. But what Miss Wooden Shoes said is that, let me spin this around, the position of the blades was used in World War II to communicate with people throughout the country about what the Nazis were doing. So, and I don't remember everything that she said. I was too busy trying to sneak video shots. But when they would tilt them one way or another, basically let people know, were the Nazis occupying or was it safe to come through there? And then they also were used, the windmills, as kind of like a shelter for people in the area. I'm pretty proud. Leave it to my people to be all tactical windmill and shit. Another little historic tidbit I didn't know. Why did I even go to school? I learned more traveling than I ever did in the classroom. Anyway, everyone knows that the Dutch are all about their wooden shoes, and I just thought that was like some trendy Dutch thing. But apparently in the 1200s there was a leather shortage, and throughout Europe like nobody had leather shoes. So they started making wooden shoes, and then the Dutch kept it going because they're all surrounded by canals and like mushy soil. The wooden shoes did not absorb the moisture, and they were easier to clean and dry than a leather shoe, and so they kept it going. And it's kind of the big joy of travel, is you learn so much more about the world by tossing yourself into it than sitting in a classroom and hearing about it. Unfortunately, I'll be leaving Tulip Town speaking no more Dutch than I arrived with. But I've got a long drive tonight. Directions to hell? I need to drop off the souls of all my exes back where they came from. We're going to hell.